What's going on, everyone? My name is Brandon and welcome back to another Pokemon Masters EX video. And in today's video we're going to be looking at a sync pair that got a recent expanded sync grid, Glacia and Glalie, who've been around for a while in the game, but with their expanded sync grid have revitalized ice teams that we can take into battle. Now before we get into it, if you do enjoy this content, especially these sync grid videos, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Now that being said, let's get into it. So Glacia and Glalie, Ice type, weak to Steel, is a 5-star support, and the Pokemon description says that it freezes its prey and chews them whole. However, it prefers to eat Pokemon like Vanillite that are already frozen. Well, that sounds a little cannibalistic to me, but who am I to judge, right? So, its stats, HP, we got 565, not too bad. Attack is 207. We don't really care too much about attack because it's going to fulfill that support role, right? So attack, kind of, throw it to the wayside. So defense and special defense are at 169, so not too bad. Could be better, could be worse. As far as special attack is 245, again, decent. And speed is kind of lackluster. So, in bulk, we don't care about anymore because we can do tactics. Okay, so down to its moves. First move we have is Powder Snow. Is power 16, accuracy 10. You can get power up to 19 depending on your sync move level. It's a 1 cost. It is an AoE move, so it has a very small chance of leaving the target frozen, which very small, so that's 10%. Now we go back down here to X Regen All, has 2 uses, makes all allied sync pairs gradually heal themselves. Now anytime you have gradual heals on your team, any heals as a matter of fact, but gradual is awesome because it helps your team survive longer, so that is really useful, especially in Battle Villa. I know that there have been some recent changes to Battle Villa, so this might be even more useful given that it won't come around too often. Okay, next move is Attention Here. Only has 1 use. It targets all allies, so raises the special attack of all allied sync pairs, but Glalie itself becomes the target for a short amount of time. So takes the heat off of your main tank for a little while raising the special attack of all allied sync pairs. Really great. Especially if you're using it with, let's say, Price and Dugong, right? Their Icy Wind or their Ice Beam, it's going to hit even harder because you're raising that special attack. And speaking of Ice Beam, Glalie also has Ice Beam, so base power 46 or gets all the way up to 55 depending on your sync move level. Accuracy 100 is a 2-cost move and has a very small chance, 10%, of leaving the target frozen. So Ice Beam, we all know Ice Beam. It is a staple move for ice types. Now we go down to the sync move, Glacial Freeze Dry. It does have a Mega, so the sync move itself maxes out at 192 if you have it 5 out of 5. But it does have the added effect of becoming Mega Glalie until the end of the battle. Now going down to passive skills, we have Snow Shelter, protecting the Pokemon from damage from a hailstorm, which is great because if you pair it up with Summer Steven, his sync move brings Hail, and we'll get into the sync grid and why Hail is so important when it comes to Glacia and Glalie. It also has Fortuitous 4, that is a mouthful, so has a good chance of raising the user's attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness at random when an attack is successful. So good chance, that's 50%, pretty decent, so every time you're using that Powder Snow or Ice Beam or whatever you're using it for, you have a chance of raising one of these stats. So pretty decent for support. Now we're going to head back up here. Sorry, that was a little quick. Scrolled really fast for a second. Now Mega Glalie. Now we see a spike in that special attack. Went up to 293. Speed went up to 269. Nothing else changed. Yeah, everything else stayed the same. I had to look at it again for a second. So the only difference here is Ice Beam now becomes Frost Breath with a base power of 38, accuracy 90. It's a 2-bar move. You can get up to 45 if you have Glalie 5 out of 5. So it says except in certain circumstances, I'll say that 5 times fast, successful hits with this attack become critical hits. So it changes from Ice Beam to Frost Breath. Sync move stays the same. We got Snow Shelter, Fortuitous 4, but we also have this little gem down here, Last Word. Uses Explosion immediately before fainting. So just when your opponents think, okay, well, we got Glalie, we're going to take it out, Glalie uses Explosion and maybe takes them out. Who knows? Now we're going to get into the potential Synchreds, 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, and 3 out of 5, and kind of show you really where Glalie shines. So here's the grid for 1 out of 5. Now if you're looking for just bare minimum, hey Brandon, I don't have the orbs, I don't have Glalie 2 or 3 out of 5, that's okay. It can still be used pretty well in an ice team. So what you want to go for, defense. You want to come over here and get X Regen All, MP Refresh 2, so it has a moderate chance of restoring 1 MP when you use X Regen All. You want to grab Special Defense, maybe Attention here, depending. But you definitely want to come down here and grab Powder Snow MGR2, so it has a chance of gaining that move gauge refresh when you use Powder Snow. So if you're looking for bare minimum, 394 orbs, not too bad. But if you're looking to invest a little bit into your 1 out of 5, what I would probably do is grab Hasty Hail if you want to use it on a Hail team. Maybe get that Powder Snow up. Ice Beam is a little circumstantial because it's not an AoE move and it can't really, it has a 10% chance to freeze, but you don't really have hostile environment for it, so probably not worth it. This is what I would go for a 1 out of 5, so 678 orbs, still not too bad. But let's go into 2 out of 5. So 2 out of 5 gives you a little bit more options here. We definitely still want to go for X Regen All. Now if you're doing a Hail team, Hasty Hail and Healing Hail, so you're not only going to be faster during a hailstorm, but you're also going to heal. So, and that stacks with your X Regen because it's coming from 2 different sources. So keep that in mind as well. Now you definitely want to come down here and grab Powder Snow MGR2, but we also want to grab this HP node as well as Hostile Environment, so we raise the chance of freezing when we use Powder Snow. And maybe we can fill out, maybe grab some more defense and some more HP. So a 2 out of 5 build would probably look something like this. Being that it is a support, you really don't want to go for Ice Beam. If you want to, by all means, there is a Hostile Environment node up here, so you can maybe work some good freeze synergy in there, maybe with Price and Dugong, as I stated earlier. But this is what I would go for a 2 out of 5 build, if you're using it as a support. Now 3 out of 5. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Ooh. So maybe First Aid. That would definitely help out with longevity. You could do... See, you definitely want to try to get Ice Shell too, so maybe not First Aid. Maybe you want to go for something more along those lines. Possibly. You could either take out Healing Hail or Hasty Hail. Hasty Hail depending on what team you're using. But you definitely want to try... Yeah. So, coming down here, this is probably what I would do. Powder Snow, it's a 1-bar move, and, you do have Hostile Environment on it, so chances of it freezing are much higher. Not much higher, but significantly higher, right? But, you have X Regen All, NPR, so you can get you could potentially get that usage back. Ice Shell, I mean, defense increase 50% in a hailstorm. Use it with Summer Steven. Hail is pretty much always up. I mean, it's a win-win situation. You also have Powder Snow MGR2, so you're getting that move gauge back. And your defenses are pretty stacked. I mean, you have these two nodes right here, which give you plus 30 defense as it is. So that's probably what I would go for with 3 out of 5. Now you could run something, maybe like an Ice Beam build. Ice Beam, that is a lot of orbs for Ice Beam. Let's see, we have 20 left. Maybe like Invigorating Hail. Oh, you can't do that. Wham wham. Too bad. We can do maybe like a Sync Nuke, possibly. I don't know. I don't really think you would want to use this as a Sync Nuke. It's just the attack stats and the special attack stats are not that great. It's much better utilized as a support, but hey, that's what this game is for. The sync grids are made that way so you can mess around with the layout of them. So have fun with it. But those would be my recommended builds. Now, as for teams to put Glacia and Glalie on, I've kind of been alluding to it. So Summer Steven, if y'all have that sync pair, goes really well with that. Also, I'm going to be pairing it up with Caitlyn and Reuniclus because in their grid they also have Snow Shelter. So you have all 3 sync pairs immune to damage from hailstorms. So that's going to be great too. But that's for a different video. I'll probably be taking on Battle Villa with that. But this has been, 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, and 3 out of 5 for Glacia and Glalie. Their sync grid came out, I think it was last week. So that about wrap it up for this video. Again, my name is Brandon. Thank you all for joining me today, and like I said before, if you do enjoy this content, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I will see you all in the next one.